While we serve part-time, we are learning valuable life and job skills. We are earning money for college, for trade and technical schools, and for certifications. We are proud to serve both our country and our home state. We are your Louisiana Army National Guard.
Sponsored by the Louisiana Army National Guard. Aired by the Louisiana Association of Broadcasters and this station.
You thinking trailers? Think Tibbs. Whether you tug it, tow it, or transport it, Tibbs Trailers is your headquarters for enclosed, flatbed, and hydraulic trailers. You won't find a better selection or a better price than right here. We've got the experts to repair or customize your trailer so it'll be ready for whatever you pull it through. Why would you go anywhere else when you can go to Tibbs Trailers? Now we're talking trailers.
Between Scott and Doosan.
This Mental Health Awareness Month, John Well Therapeutic Services invites you to prioritize your well-being. Hi, I'm Glenda, a dedicated therapist that provides a safe space for growth, resilience, and hope. No matter where you are on your journey, I am here for you. Whether it's anxiety, depression, or just the need for support, you are not alone. Reach out to John Well Therapeutic Services and start your path to healing today.
Live from Upper Lafayette, this is ESPN 1037 KLWB Carencro Lafayette, KLCJ-FM Oak Grove Lake Charles 1041, a Delta Media station.
This game isn't fun. This game is a war.
It's time for the 2-minute drill.
Hurry it up, hurry it up, hurry it up.
Powered by B1 Bank. Visit b1bank.com to find a location near you.
Come on, let's go, you guys. Get in here, we gotta go fast now.
The Houston Astros took a 4-3 win over the Texas Rangers last night in Dallas. Yordan Alvarez had his second straight 2-home-run game to help put the Astros over the top. Game 4 of the series will be tonight, and it'll be Spencer Arrighetti versus Nathan Eovaldi. First pitch is at 7:05 p.m., and you can listen to it right here on ESPN 1037 Lafayette and 1041 Lake Charles. The Women's College World Series gets underway today in Oklahoma City with a full slate of games. In Game 1 at 11 a.m., Mississippi State will face last year's runner-up Texas Tech. At 1:30 p.m., Tennessee will take on the defending champion Texas Longhorns. Then at 6 p.m., UCLA will go up against Alabama. And lastly, in the nightcap, Arkansas will face Nebraska to close out Day 1. Tonight, the Oklahoma City Thunder will try to punch their ticket for a second straight trip to the NBA Finals, while the San Antonio Spurs fight to keep their season alive. The Spurs are favored by 3.5 over the Thunder, and tip-off is at 7:30 tonight in the Frost Bank Center. LSU East baseball season has come to an end after yesterday's 16-6 loss to Blinn College in the Junior College World Series. The Bengals finished in 5th place in the 10-team field and end their year with a 47-13 record overall and went 31-7 at home this season on the Cajun Prairie. For the PGA, the Charles Schwab Challenge gets underway from Colonial Country Club in Fort Worth, Texas today. Tee time started at 8 a.m. this morning, and Ludwig Aberg is the betting favorite at plus 850. I'm Blake Purser, and you're listening to ESPN 1037 Lafayette and 1041 Lake Charles, your home for the LSU Tigers and the Houston Astros.
The 2-minute drill has been powered by B1 Bank. Visit b1bank.com to find a location near you. Dynamic duos are nothing new to Louisiana sports fans. Breeze and Colston, Burrow and Chase. And here in Acadiana, we have our very own dynamic duo.
You're beautiful.
It's the big, bald, bearded, and beautiful one, Raymond Parch III.
I'm sexy and I know it.
And the man with the best head of hair in sports talk radio in Louisiana and Mississippi, James Meche. Here is RP3 and Meche on ESPN 1037 Lafayette and 1041 Lake Charles, Southwest Louisiana's sports station.
Me, oh my crawfish pie. Happy hamburger day to all of you. I'm the big, bald, beautiful one, Raymond Parch III, better known as RP3, or as Mr. Bobby says, 2 out of 3. Meatloaf said that was not too bad back in the day, by the way. I'm joined, as always, by the producer extraordinaire, the LAB award winner, the man with the best trash stash in sports media in the states of Louisiana and Mississippi. I'm going to prove that again tomorrow. I'll tell you why. Also, will be in the next 365. You've heard it here first. Yogurt U champion, James freaking Meche. Good day, sir.
Happy Thursday, Raymond.
Happy Thursday to you, my friend. We're broadcasting live from inside the Beal and Hebert studios here in Upper Lafayette. Beal and Hebert, Acadiana's hometown lawyers. We got a tremendous show lined up for you on this Thursday. Shannon Belt, our friend from the Daily Advertiser, Louisiana Raging Cajuns beat reporter, will be joining us to help give us a preview of the NCAA Regional in Stark Vegas that the Raging Cajuns baseball team finds themselves playing in. We'll talk all things Vermilion and White with Shannon coming up at 11:30. At 12, the Mad Dog, the Louisiana Sports Hall of Famer, the man who spends just as much time on a cruise ship as he does on film and television sets, all the while writing award-winning material for the Shreveport-Bossier Journal. Our guy Ron Higgins will join us to talk all things LSU. And then at 12:30, Les East. Where do we stand with Cameron Jordan? We haven't heard a peep about that. Where do we stand with the Alvin Kamara situation? He's out there playing in Savannah Bananas ball games in Knoxville. He ain't around New Orleans. Where do we stand with the Saints? What about the introductory press conference of the new man in charge of the New Orleans Pelicans? We'll talk all things Saints and Pels with our buddy from CrescentCitySports.com, Les East, at 12:30. So we got 3 guests lined up for you today. Plus, we obviously have our poll question of the day, which we will unveil, and we'll, share your comments throughout today's show. I've been challenged, James. Before we dive into today's specials, I've been challenged.
Interesting. Okay.
I was challenged yesterday to say, hey, you keep saying James Meche. He used to have the best head of hair in sports media in the states of Louisiana and Mississippi. Now you've shifted over to saying that he has the best trash stash in sports media in the states of Louisiana and Mississippi. But have you spent time in Starkville to know if that's exactly 100% true? That was the challenge given to me. And I said, you know what?
It's a good thing you're going tomorrow.
I'm going to Stark Vegas. Kevin and I are leaving later on today to make the drive, the lovely drive up on I-55 to get to Stark Vegas. I will be in the heart of trash stash land in the state of Mississippi.
Okay.
I'm telling you now, I still feel confident when I return that you will still hold that title.
All right.
I just wanted to let you know that.
We'll take it.
Now, will there be individuals, Bulldog fans with their cowbells and their cheap beer that probably will have better trash stashes than you that are in the stands as fans?
Probably so.
Probably so.
The numbers say so. I mean, odds are.
But for the folks that are going to be reporting on said regional for television and for print publications and for websites that I'm going to be encountering there inside the press box, I still feel confident that when I return, you're still going to hold that title. I just wanted to let you know that.
There we go. I mean, just feel better.
You're welcome.
Oh,
you're welcome. Let's get right to it. It's time for today's specials.
The fellas can't help with your lunch plans, but they can serve up the top stories of the day in bite-sized pieces. Time to order up today's specials here on RP3 and Meche, presented by Southwest Volkswagen, located at 6184 Johnston Street. Order up.
The special for today is about those Houston Astros. We haven't spent a lot of time having them as a special because of the start of the season. It's been, as Kevin would say, muy, muy pabon. Lots of injuries, lots of bad losses.
Especially when a player comes back. Like Jeremy Pena recently got back in the lineup. However, someone else always ends up taking the other one's place. So it's like the numbers, you'll see one guy come in, but then the other one will come off. It's just, it's give and take. It's basically an eye for an eye.
Yes, it just never...
you want a star player back like Jeremy Pena? Give me one of your rotational pieces. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so sorry. If you want to try to have a healthy roster, sorry, that just doesn't work for us.
How about you go into the settings and turn the injuries off?
It does kind of feel that way.
Like it's MLB The Show. I mean, that's the only way the Astros wouldn't have injuries to half the roster.
It does feel that way. But the Stros, despite the bad start and an injury-plagued season to this point, they feel like they're starting to turn a corner a little bit. Once again, this division is completely up for grabs. It's a bit of a trash division right now, the American League West is. And because of that, the Astros, despite the calendar turning to June here in just a few days, they find themselves still in contention of being in contention to be the AL West champs. And when you win divisional games, that goes a long way. They start off this series against the alleged rival Texas Rangers with the combined no-hitter early in the week. Then they turn around, they get roughed up a little bit. Well, Game 3 was last night. On the road there at Globe Life Park, and the Stros gut out what Kevin would describe as a great 4-3 victory. And Alvarez had himself a day at the dish, 3-hit game, 2 home runs, drew a walk as well. When he is healthy and on, it's like him and Aaron Judge as the best power hitters in baseball. It's like he's the type of guy when healthy that if I'm another team, I go, I'm not throwing anything to you. I'm going to intentionally put you on first base. Like that's how good Alvarez is when he's healthy. Yordan had himself a heck of a game. Trammell got a couple of hits as well. Matthews, Vasquez chipped in as well. Even little Jeremy Pena got himself a hit. Now, he was 1 for 5. You'd like it to be a little bit better. You'd also like him to hit better than 244 on the year. But we're taking baby steps here with the Houston Astros. Okay? You can't sit there and expect this team to run before learning how to crawl. And in addition to the lineup doing what they needed to do, the pitching staff did enough. Yes, did they give up a Jock Peterson home run in this ball game? Yeah, they did. The Astros don't care to face him at all. And that stems all the way going back to even 2021, when, of course, he was a member of the Atlanta Braves and beat them in the World Series. But in spite of that, the pitching staff did enough. Burrows gave him 7 innings. You needed him to go long.
I was going to say, well, you haven't seen a whole lot of guys go long without giving up a bunch of runs anyway.
Correct. So you get 7 innings, quality innings. He gives up the 2 earned runs on 5 hits, strikes out 6, throws 91 pitches, lowers his ERA down to 5.40, which was nice. King comes in and, it was not great. That was a quick hook on him. But Kevin's new favorite Latino player, De Los Santos.
Enya De Los Santos.
He comes in, pitches 1 2/3, no hits, no earned runs, 3 Ks, did the job, and they pick up the victory. And now they've taken 2 of 3 from the Rangers at their place. They have a chance to win the series tonight. If they can win Game 4, it's that weird 4-game series that's put in there. And you look up here at the Stros, and once again, they're well below 500. They're even with taking 2 of 3 so far from Texas, they're 25-32, but they are 6-4 in their last 10. And it feels like they're starting to turn a corner a little bit. And they're right there behind the Rangers in the standings. And when you look at the American League West as it stands right now on May 28th, James, the Mariners are leading the division.
Yeah.
Which is not surprising, right? They had a great season last year. Big dumper, right? Some people thought he should have been MVP. He's been awful this year.
I was going to say he's been taking a dump.
Oh, man, he looks like Brady Anderson 2.0 there. The team that's leading the division, the World Series contender, is 28-29.
And that's because they just swept the Athletics, too.
Correct. The Athletics were your leaders in the American League West, but they just got swept by the Mariners. Seattle's 28-29, right behind them, half a game behind them for the division lead, or those Athletics. They don't have a city attached to them, even though they play in Sacramento. They have decided just to go by the Athletics this year as they continue to wait on their stadium to be built in Vegas.
Good for them.
They're 27-29. They're a half game back. The Rangers are 25-30, 2 games back, and the Astros are literally only 3 games back out of first place in the division.
And then there's the little MVPs. Shout out to them.
Oh, the Angels are just always so bad. They're just so bad. So, all things considered, they're still in this. You hope they get healthy. You hope you finally get your all-star closer back in Josh Hader. You hope Hunter Brown comes back healthy. You got Spencer Arrighetti, the former Louisiana Raging Cajun, taking the bump today. He has been magnificent for them. They've been able to hold this together with duct tape and baling wire. And in spite of all the injuries to the pitching staff and to the lineup, and some guys just underperforming in the lineup too. Let's just be real for a second. And in the pitching staff. The ones that are healthy haven't really been great. In spite of all of that, you're only 3 games out of first place. So, all in all, not bad. It would be great if you could win tonight and take 3 of 4, though, from the Rangers.
Yeah, and I'd say I feel pretty good about Houston's chances as long as they don't give up a touchdown and a 2-point conversion in the first inning, like they did back on Tuesday.
Yeah, that would be awful.
But I think what's so interesting, though,
don't do that.
Yeah,
that'd be the big. Just don't do that.
Yeah, that puts you.
As Kevin would say, well, why do you like giving up so many runs? Why not just not do that?
Why not just not do it? But I do like the fact that they battled back and made it a respectable 3-run difference by the end of the ball game. Now, obviously, the 8 runs in the first inning just killed it and basically gave them no chance of winning the ball game. But the fact that they rallied back and made probably Texas sweat it a little bit towards the end, that made it at least a little bit better. Softened the wound a little bit.
There you go.
You talked about this earlier. Between Judge and Jordan, strictly looking at this season and the numbers and just the way that they played, are you more confident in Jordan's ability or still Judge's ability as a home run hitter?
It's still Judge.
You still go Judge?
I still go Judge because, and it boils down to this. Pitchers struggle with Judge because of how massive a human being he is. So that strike zone.
He's just that intimidating.
Well, he's also that big.
Yeah, I know. I mean, 6'7", 282.
Right. It's tough. And look, Jordan is not much further behind him. It just comes down to health. Like, Judge is a little bit more consistent with the home run numbers year in, year out than Jordan is. And that's because Jordan does have a little bit of those slumps, and so does Judge. But Alvarez has struggled to stay healthy, if that makes any sense.
I was going to say, I don't know if what I'm about to say makes any sense or sounds really silly, but I do wonder with how much Jordan missed last year, because he only played about 30 games or so out of 162. So we only saw him for a very small portion of the season. I do wonder for a lot of these pitchers that Jordan has faced this year, maybe that because it's been about 2 years since they last saw him, maybe they kind of forgot how good he was. Like, again, I think it sounds silly to say, but I do wonder if that's the case, and also just Jordan finally having a year to be healthy. It's not like he lost his ability to be a home run hitter. It's just he couldn't do it because of the injuries last year.
I mean, you look at, you take a glance here at their careers, and they're very similar. I mean, there's a lot of similarity here. Remember, the Dodgers just gave him away for nothing, which was ridiculous. But as a rookie in 19, he hit 27 home runs, 78 RBIs, drew 52 walks, Alvarez did, run rookie of the year. The slugging percentage was .655. And then in 21, he was an absolute monster, 33 home runs, 104 RBIs. Slugging was .531. Next year, Then the next year was 37 home runs, 97 RBIs. Slugging was 613, 31, 97 again, 35, 86. The slugging percentage has dipped a little bit from early in his career when he was in the 600s. You look at Judge comparable, and if you're just asking about slugging per se, look, Aaron's going to give you far more home runs. He had 52 in 17. Then he had a couple of down years where it was 27-27. Then he went back up to 39 home runs in 21, 62 in 22. Then it dipped down to 37. Then it was 58, 53. The slugging is also constantly in the high 600s, early, low 700s. Judge is the better slugger. But I would say that when Alvarez is healthy, you can make an argument that he would probably be the number 2 slugger in Major League Baseball behind Aaron Judge.
Yeah, that's why I gave the caveat of not looking from the career standpoint, because, you would go with Judge, but strictly looking at this year and how both of those players have played and the numbers that they have put up. Would you still go Judge, or will you lean more towards Alvarez strictly 2026?
It's too early. There's not a large enough sample size.
Yeah.
Because historically speaking, we see guys like this that start off really hot and then there's a lull. You have to look at the season as a whole. We're not even to the All-Star break yet. We can have this conversation and who's had a better season once we get to the break. We get to the All-Star break, which is actually not in the middle of the season. It's actually around the 60% point.
Yeah, we're only a third of the way in.
Right. I need to see half the season
more.
Because you're going to see ups and downs, lulls, everything like that. And then we can have a conversation of who the best slugger is this year. It's just too early to tell. For me. That's just for me. Good stuff there. And you can tune in tonight to listen to the Stros take on the Rangers right here on your home for the Houston Astros baseball team, ESPN Southwest Louisiana Sports Station. Got to take a timeout. We'll unveil the poll question of the day coming up next.
Today's specials here on RP3 and Meche, presented by Southwest Volkswagen, located at 6184 Johnston Street.
Southwest Volkswagen, it's where car buying is made easy. Upfront everyday pricing and transparency from start to finish. Massive inventory of both new and used cars. And when I'm saying used cars, I mean World Auto certified pre-owned cars and SUVs. Southwest Volkswagen has the great selection that you and your family have been looking for. They're proud to be Acadiana's only Volkswagen dealership, and they're just a short drive from Lake Charles as well. Just hop on I-10, make your way over. You will not regret it. Once again, buying your next car feels simple at Southwest Volkswagen right here in Lafayette. Go visit them today at 6184 Johnston Street right here in Lafayette.
Make sure to set your alarm and tune in Saturday mornings at 10 o'clock for Sports Shorts here on ESPN 103.7 Lafayette and 104.1 Lake Charles. Join me, Ronnie Rance, and the Sports Shorts team of Tommy Christsan, Hunter McCann, and the crazy man, Joel Davis, as we break down the sports and teams that you love. The LSU Tigers, New Orleans Saints, and everything in between. Tune in Saturday mornings from 10 to noon for Sports Shorts here on Southwest Louisiana's Sports Station.
Where do you go when you're looking for action? Where do you go when you're looking for fun? New friends you're gonna meet, more fun than Bourbon Street. The Big Easy, where winning is easy. Life's too short, so jump on in, have all the fun you can. The Big Easy, where winning is easy.
Hand of the Day is the new way to win at the Big Easy Casino. Each Hand of the Day equals one entry into the Big Easy bonus cash drawings. Bonus cash drawings take place on the last day of each month. It's never been so easy to win. Just watch as you play and notify your hostess when you get the Hand of the Day. The Big Easy, where the winning is easy. Gambling problem? Call toll-free 1-877-770-STOP.
Life's too short, so jump on in. Have all the fun you can. The Big Easy, where winning is easy. Big Easy Casino across from Montreal.
MeTV is America's #1 classic entertainment television network. And here's one of the reasons everybody loves MeTV.
Oh, it's a classic.
The great comedy lineup on weeknights.
This will be fun. Come on.
With Meche.
Loaded with snappy comebacks.
The Andy Griffith Show.
I was just funning with Barney.
And Everybody Loves Raymond.
Now we got a show.
Watch MeTV Acadiana on KLWB, over the air on Channel 50.1. Check your local cable listings for the channel in your area.
Hi, I'm Nancy Landry. No matter what part of our great state you call home, Louisiana's elections are an important part of who we are. In 2026, closed party primaries will change how some of those elections happen, so you'll want to know what to do. Keeping your registration current ensures you'll get the right party-based ballot. Remember, this change only applies to certain offices.
To learn more, visit govote.com or download the GoVote app.
Paid for by the Louisiana Secretary of State's office.
The United States Deputy Sheriff's Association is a national nonprofit and the largest non-governmental provider of services to law enforcement. The USDSA assists city, county, state, and federal agencies with free safety equipment donations and officer survival training, along with cash donations to families of law enforcement officers who perish in the line of duty, a citizen awareness program, and more. For more information on United States Deputy Sheriff's Association, please visit usdeputy.org.
You're listening to ESPN 1037 Lafayette and 1041 Lake Charles. Your home for the best local sports talk in Southwest Louisiana.
On this Thursday edition of the show, we asked you on Facebook and on X our poll question of the day. And what we asked you was about who is most on upset alert. Is it maybe the Kansas Jayhawks? Perhaps it's Nebraska. Maybe you're going all the way to Starkville from Mississippi State, which is where the Louisiana Raging Cajuns are going. Or do you think it's somebody else over there in the field as they get ready to go on the road to Omaha? Don't really have too many votes that are showing up on X, but seems like all of them are going towards the Bulldogs of Mississippi State.
I believe, look, I think you're going to have possibilities here. Nebraska and Kansas could be on upset alert as well. They got in, they're a regional host. That's great. But they have some tough teams in their regionals. But I voted Mississippi State because I laid it out before. They lost their 3 final series in conference play to end the season. Earlier in the season, they were swept at home by a good but not great Tennessee team. It is going to be an electric atmosphere, make no bones about it. But the Louisiana Raging Cajuns just showed you that they could go on the road and win a bunch of games against really good quality teams. This is a team that beat Coastal Carolina 4 out of 5 times, and they're your defending national runner-ups, and we're ranked in the top 25. They went on the road and took 2 of 3 from App State. Like, they beat Texas State twice in the same day. This is a quality ball club that's playing its best baseball right now. Mississippi State lost their 3 final series and then only went 2 games deep into the SEC tournament. Would it surprise me if Mississippi State wins the Starkville Regional? Absolutely not, it wouldn't. They're the home team. They should win. But the Cajuns are playing some of the best baseball in the country right now. And look, the Cincinnati Bearcats, we talked about it earlier this week. That's a team that can mash. They just can. So we'll see. I think this is the best chance, the best opportunity that Matt Deggs has had to win a regional since he's been here, and they've been to multiple.
I also find it pretty interesting, and it was funny when you look at some of the comments. Like, Ralph says he's going to go with Kansas on this one, with Arkansas getting out of there, but he wanted to say Nebraska since our guy John Paul Cajadaddy, we know the running joke about Big Ten baseball.
About Big Ten baseball. Yeah, Arkansas not getting to host. There was a lot of thought that how Arkansas ended the season and what they did in the SEC tournament, making it all the way to the championship game, that the Razorbacks would sneak in as a host over Mississippi State. That didn't happen. It wasn't even close. Mississippi State wasn't the last team to get a regional. That's a Razorback team that you do not want to face. Like they're going to play with a huge chip on their shoulder. They are.
And also remember, in that same regional is Missouri State, who the Cajuns started the season with, and they lost 2 out of 3 in that one. And overall in that season, those Bears went 34-19.
It's going to be tough. Keep those votes coming, though. Keep leaving your comments on Facebook and on X, and we'll make sure to share them throughout today's show. We got to take a timeout. When we come back, how about our first of 3 guests today? Shannon Belt from the Daily Advertiser, Louisiana Raging Cajuns beat reporter, will join us next.
This is RP3 and Meche live on ESPN 103.7 Lafayette and 104.1 Lake Charles, Southwest Louisiana's sports station.
Delta Media Corp is hiring immediately for a media account executive, and this could be a career change you've been looking for. Our fast-paced radio, television, and digital media company is looking for a confident people person who enjoys building relationships with local businesses and helping them grow. This is perfect for someone looking for a midlife career change, a fresh start, or a new challenge with unlimited earning potential. Sales experience is preferred but not required. We will teach, train, and support the right person. What matters most is confidence, communication skills, personality, and the ability to connect with people. If you're ready to leave that boring job behind and start an exciting new career, we'd love to talk with you today. Email John at Cochran at JCOCHRAN at DeltaMediaCorp.com, and let's start your new career today. Delta Media is an equal opportunity employer.
This game isn't fun. This game is a war.
It's time for the 2-minute drill.
Hurry it up, hurry it up, hurry it up.
Powered by B1 Bank. Visit B1Bank.com to find a location near you.
Come on, let's go, you guys. Get in here, we gotta go fast now.
The Houston Astros took a 4-3 win over the Texas Rangers last night in Dallas. Yordan Alvarez had his second straight 2-home-run game to help put the Astros over the top. Game 4 of the series will be tonight, and it'll be Spencer Arrighetti versus Nathan Eovaldi. First pitch is at 7:05 p.m., and you can listen to it right here on ESPN 103.7 Lafayette and 104.1 Lake Charles. The Women's College World Series gets underway today in Oklahoma City with a full slate of games. In Game 1 at 11 a.m., Mississippi State will face last year's runner-up Texas Tech. At 1:30 p.m., Tennessee will take on the defending champion Texas Longhorns. Then at 6 p.m., UCLA will go up against Alabama. And lastly, in the nightcap, Arkansas will face Nebraska to close out Day 1. Tonight, the Oklahoma City Thunder will try to punch their ticket for a second straight trip to the NBA Finals, while the San Antonio Spurs fight to keep their season alive. The Spurs are favored by 3.5 over the Thunder, and tip-off is at 7:30 tonight in the Frost Bank Center. LSU East baseball season has come to an end after yesterday's 16-6 loss to Blinn College in the Junior College World Series. The Bengals finished in 5th place in the 10-team field and end their year with a 47-13 record overall and went 31-7 at home this season on the Cajun Prairie. For the PGA, the Charles Schwab Challenge gets underway from Colonial Country Club in Fort Worth, Texas today. Tee time started at 8 a.m. this morning, and Ludwig Aberg is the betting favorite at plus 850. I'm Blake Purser, and you're listening to ESPN 103.7 Lafayette and 104.1 Lake Charles, your home for the LSU Tigers and the Houston Astros.
The 2-minute drill has been powered by B1 Bank. Visit B1Bank.com to find a location near you. ESPN 103.7 Lafayette and 104.1 Lake Charles is the proud winner of 4 2026 LAB Prestige Awards, including Best Use of Digital Media, Foot's Friday Fury, Best Live On-Site Remote for our Super Bowl Radio Row coverage, Best Promotion for our No Shave November initiative, and Radio Young Professional of the Year for Dawson Iserloh. We're proud of being Southwest Louisiana's sports station and are humbled to be recognized by the Louisiana Association of Broadcasters.
It's May, and spring is finally here, a time of growth, renewal, and hope. And what better time to kick off Mental Health Awareness Month? Johnwell Therapeutic Services are proud to highlight May as National Mental Health Month. Remember, it's okay to ask for help. Reach out to a friend, family member, or professional if you need support. It's okay to take things one step at a time. You're not alone. Johnwell Therapeutic Services, proud supporters of National Mental Health Month.
Your Honor, I would like to introduce exhibit number 1.
MeTV is America's #1 classic television network.
There can only be one number 1, me.
MeTV features over 60 of the greatest classic TV series each week.
Go with the winner.
Enjoy dramas, comedies, westerns, sci-fi, and more.
You just watch me.
Watch MeTV Acadiana on KLWB, over the air on Channel 50.1. Check your local cable listings for the channel in your area.
MeTV is memorable entertainment television.
Hi, I'm Nancy Landry.
No matter what part of our great state you call home, Louisiana's elections are an important part of who we are. In 2026, closed party primaries will change how some of those elections happen, so you'll want to know what to do. Keeping your registration current ensures you'll get the right party-based ballot. Remember, this change only applies to certain offices.
To learn more, visit govote.com or download the GoVote app.
Paid for by the Louisiana Secretary of State's office.
We are the NFHS. That stands for the National Federation of State High School Associations. But really, what we stand for, together with the LHSAA, are the 110,000 high school sports students in Louisiana. And so we stand. We stand for the runners, soccer, and basketball players. We stand for their coaches, administrators, and officials. We stand for the swimmers, football players, and wrestlers. We stand for the golfers, softball, and volleyball players. We stand as the national leader and advocate for high school athletics and all who participate in them and make them possible. Because it is our purpose to ensure that high school students get to play, perform, and compete together. To learn more about who we are and what we stand for, visit nfhs.org.
Do yourself a favor and download the free ESPN Southwest Louisiana mobile app, powered by Moss Motors BMW for your Android or Apple devices. Download the app by searching ESPN 1037 Lafayette or ESPN 1041 Lake Charles. It's just that easy to take Southwest Louisiana's sports station with you wherever you go.
The Louisiana Raging Cajuns are in the Starkville Regional, another regional appearance for Matt Deggs' program. It's becoming pretty common for the Vermilion and White. This year, it feels like this may be their best opportunity to win one of these regionals instead of just having a good showing. To break down the regional and to give insight into the Cajuns' chances and what they need to do to be able to leave Stark Vegas with multiple victories is Shannon Belt. She covers the Louisiana Raging Cajuns for the Daily Advertiser and the Gannett News Network. Shannon, good day. Thank you for making the time.
Thank you for having me.
All right, I want to start off with, as someone who covered this team day in, day out, you went to practices, road games, home games, the whole 9 yards. How surprised are you that this team, for where it was at in the middle of the season, even towards like the 60% portion of the season, is playing in a regional and has a legit chance of winning the thing?
I'm not that surprised. I guess the more that I cover the Cajuns, the more that I know that there's just something about them Cajuns. It's not really nothing that I could put. There's no stat. There's no numbers, not a specific player. It's just something about them that they just want to keep playing. It's like Coach Deggs keeps saying, these guys want to play together. They want to hold this team together because who knows what the team will look like next season. So they want to play with these guys, these set of guys, for as long as possible. And you could see it. You saw it throughout the Sun Belt Conference tournament where I was thinking, okay, maybe let's see a couple games, and now they made it all the way to the tournament and made a long week of work for me. So I love it, but I'm not surprised by these Cajuns. just find a way.
Let's talk a little bit about the pitching staff, because we've had guys that have really stepped up, guys that were supposed to be relievers that end up going out there and being able to eat up 6-7 innings now. Talk a little bit about the evolution of this team's pitching rotation.
Yeah, I mean, from the start, you think, okay, you got Andrew Herman in there. He's your ace. But now Cody Brash has kind of emerged as that second guy who could come through, even get you started as that Friday arm. And then you still have guys like Sawyer Pruitt who were the starters, or like guys like Ty Roman who could come in and also get you where you need to go, no matter where they're coming in, whether they're starting, whether they're finishing, relieving, it doesn't matter. And they're guys who, they may not get a lot of strikeouts, but they put the ball in play. And the defense of the Cajuns is really one of their strong suits. So putting the ball in play is not bad for these guys.
That's part of Deggs's MO, though, right? Like, his mentality is they're okay playing small ball offensively, advancing runners, generating run support that way. And he's really okay and prides himself on having his team play good defense behind his pitchers and letting them get a bunch of ground outs. Like, he isn't enamored with making sure to have a guy take the bump that's going to strike out 9 batters every game.
No, I don't think it doesn't have to be pretty. They're not worried about of having multiple pitchers with over 100 strikeouts. They don't need that. They need outs. And I think Deggs knows that, and he focuses on what it takes to win, not really what it takes to make these guys look the best on paper. And I think that shows with how many, ground outs that they do, the double plays that really saved them throughout the tournament. Those things are going to be huge going forward.
What do you make of the lineup and how it's been able to overcome some key injuries, especially to good players?
Yeah, I mean, Owen Galt being out with the illness, no Rigoberto. They still have managed, even when Noah Lewis went out, Maddox Mandino came in, got 4 hits, and did what he needed to do, and is kind of like making a mainstay for himself in the lineup. I think they managed to find people to step up and who could play multiple positions, because you also have, the flexibility with Lee Amadei and Drew Marco, who could play the corners or play second base. It doesn't matter where you put the guys at. They could play all the infield, not just this position. So I think having guys who could do a lot of stuff really helps. And so a lot of depth.
We're talking with Shannon Belt of the Daily Advertiser, talking Louisiana Raging Cajuns as they get ready for the Starkville Regional. Shannon, one thing that's really stood out to me is that the Cajuns at times this season haven't necessarily done themselves the most favors. They've definitely got out of jams plenty of times, and we've seen them overcome some adversity. But the issue to me is when you're putting yourself in those types of scenarios, when you don't necessarily have to, and you make it harder on yourself, it definitely just doesn't give the most confidence as you get deeper and deeper and have to play better and better teams. And Coach Deggs has talked about that throughout the season and even most recently as we get ready for this regional. With that being the case, where's your concern level with this team when it comes to them putting themselves in not the best scenarios to try and win these ball games?
Yeah, my biggest concern is just the freebies and the losing controls. You'll have guys go out and give you 2 good innings, maybe 2.5, and then it's just out of nowhere they'll lose the handle a little bit. Now 3 guys are on and the lead has shrunk and things are looking, bad, and now you got to dip into your bullpen, and it's things like that you got to avoid. You can't have, 3-inning outings when you're going to need every pitch and every, arm that you have. So I definitely think that the freebies is the biggest thing. And then, unforced errors with just lack of maybe communication in outfield sometimes, or, not being prepared in infield, stuff like that you can't have, especially against teams where you get one player on and then here comes this next guy. You walk 2 and then boom, 3-run game, and you have to look for another pitcher to come in, and you still got so much that you got to play for. You can't give up those those freebies.
Sunday's championship game kind of felt like it was they really start to run out of gas, not only physically, but also we're starting to lose it mentally, especially on the mound with how many hits they gave up and crooked numbers they gave up early on in that ball game to Southern Miss. But they started to figure it out and kind of overcome it once again towards the end of the ball game. They will have about 5 days rest, which is pretty standard, if not more normal. But do you feel like that's going to be a concern to you at all going into this regional, is the amount of rest that this team will get after playing over a week's worth of baseball in less than 7 days?
Yeah, it's hard not to think of the what ifs as maybe like, oh, if you won that Texas State series back win or won the ULM series back win, you would have saved your legs a little bit and not had to play Marshall and play those extra games, you know. But yeah, I guess you got to be ready for it. You got to have that endurance and just have to try to avoid injuries as much as possible because they can't really afford it. You know, already with Rigoberto out, you can't lose any more people for real. So I think it's a good thing that they got the 5 days. Hopefully 5 days is enough because you don't want too much rest. So then you lose some of that fire that they had that they played with throughout the tournament. So you don't want too much rest, but you want enough to where you could get guys back ready to go, like Noah Lewis, who you want him to be batting and out there in center field too. So hopefully it was just the right amount of rest.
When it comes to the Starkville Regional, we of course got Mississippi State, but we've also got Cincinnati and Lipscomb in there as well to join the Cajuns. What do you make of the three teams that will be in this regional starting this weekend?
I think all three could provide a problem. They're all competitive. Of course, Lipscomb is probably on the lesser end, but you know it's a lot of hard hitting. Like I know a guy from Cincinnati has like 28 home runs. You know, you don't really want to face a batter like that. Or even for Mississippi State, they have a pretty explosive offense. So, you know, giving up home runs and stuff of that nature is going to be at a higher concern than maybe it would have been against the teams that they were playing, like in the Sun Belt, where it's more manufacturing runs. But these guys are home run hitting power. You know, it's going to be a tough one, but it's kind of still anyone's game because that's the beauty of baseball. It's kind of like March Madness, like anything could happen.
What stands out to you about this matchup with the Bearcats?
I think the freshmen. That's the thing that kind of caught my eye with this matchup because both teams have really good freshmen, and it's going to be like, okay, whose freshman is going to which of the freshmen from both teams is going to step up and be the guy that they have been, but on the biggest stage. So that's going to be the question. Who are those young guys are going to step up? Because some of the older guys already have this experience. Who are the young guys that they already kind of depend on throughout the regular season? Who's going to show up?
And looking towards the regional as a whole, every team in here are good teams. There's no doubt about that. But it definitely feels like there's some big-time flaws with Mississippi State, with Cincinnati, of course, with Louisiana, and also with Lipscomb. But with that being the case, with it feeling like it's more up in the air, what kind of odds do you give the Cajuns to actually get out of this regional and move on to the Supers?
Oof. That's a tough one. That's a tough because, like I said, anything can happen.
Mm-hmm.
But if we're talking maybe like percentages, I'd give them a good 40% chance of making it out of this regional. And I think that's pretty generous for everybody. Everybody's got, I think 40% is that's where I would say.
I was going to say, I would take 40% if I'm a Cajuns fan because I would assume you're probably giving maybe like 10% towards Lipscomb. So with that being the case, Cincinnati and Mississippi State are going to have similar percentages. So it's really a big-time toss-up between the top three seeded teams.
I think so. Now, it would be a big surprise if Lipscomb, surprises everybody out of that 10%. But I think it's anyone's game, especially that atmosphere is going to be something else. Mississippi State will benefit from it, but, anything can happen.
Shannon, we appreciate you coming on. Keep up the tremendous work you're doing over there, covering the Louisiana Raging Cajuns for the Daily Advertiser, and we'll get you back on soon, all right?
Thanks for having me.
We're going to go ahead and take a timeout. When we come back, we'll wrap up hour number 1 of RP3 and Meche right after this. You're listening to ESPN Southwest Louisiana Sports Station.
This is RP3 and Meche live on ESPN 103.7 Lafayette and 104.1 Lake Charles, Southwest Louisiana's sports station.
Bluebell Ice Cream has been making the best ice cream in the country for over a century. And now they've unveiled a new summer flavor called Black Raspberry Fudge. This ice cream features a sweet, tart, black raspberry base blended with dark chocolate chunks and a rich fudge swirl. It's currently available in half-gallon and pint sizes at most retailers, but it's only going to be for a limited time. You can find Black Raspberry Fudge along with all of your favorite Bluebell ice cream flavors at your local grocery store. So make sure to pick up a pint or 2 of Bluebell ice cream today.
ESPN 103.7 Lafayette and 104.1 Lake Charles is your home for the Houston Astros.
And the Astros stun the Mariners.
Hunter Brown, Yordan Alvarez, and the rest of the Astros are looking to get back to the postseason. You can listen to every pitch, hit, and thrilling victory of the Houston Astros.
Incredible!
As Robert Ford and Steve Sparks will be on the call. Tune in this season for live Astros baseball on Southwest Louisiana's sports station.
It's 9 a.m. You just received a voicemail from your boss.
Hey, Janet. Heads up. We got an important meeting coming up Thursday. The big guys are coming into town, so I need you in charge of lunch, and we've got to look good.
Luckily for Janet, she knows a place, and she knows her boss will be impressed.
Honey Baked Ham can cater your next event. Delicious and freshly sliced deli trays, box lunches with sandwich, chips, and dessert. Or try our fresh salad boxes and the perfect touch with a meat and cheese tray. Honey Baked Ham Company.
Looking for a spotless workplace? Variety Janitorial Services is your go-to. For office cleaning to stripping and floor waxing and carpet cleaning, your commercial space will look its best. Their reputation for perfection has grown throughout the entire Acadiana community. They deliver top-notch service with a commitment to excellence. Daily, weekly, or deep cleaning, trust the experts. Visit varietyjan.com today or call 337-298-8704 for a free quote. Variety Janitorial Services. We clean, you shine.
Oh, look who's here.
Everybody Loves Raymond is on MeTV.
Who told you that?
Raymond!
America's #1 classic TV network.
Nothing even comes close.
Enjoy 2 back-to-back episodes every weeknight.
We're doing it twice.
Watch Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yeah, it's all about you, Raymond.
Weeknights starting at 8 on MeTV.
Watch MeTV Acadiana on KLWB, over the air on channel 50.1. Check your local cable listings for the channel in your area.
Hi, I'm Nancy Landry.
No matter what part of our great state you call home, Louisiana's elections are an important part of who we are. In 2026, closed party primaries will change how some of those elections happen, so you'll want to know what to do. Keeping your registration current ensures you'll get the right party-based ballot. Remember, this change only applies to certain offices.
To learn more, visit govote.com or download the GoVote app.
Paid for by the Louisiana Secretary of State's office.
I've been driving trucks for a long time. Safety is my #1 priority. I know that my truck has huge blind spots. That's why I remember to check my mirrors often for smaller vehicles. Everyone can help keep our roads safe. Next time you're behind the wheel, try to avoid lingering in those blind spots. It can be dangerous. Let's all plan to share the road safely. Learn how at www.sharetheroadsafely.gov.
You're listening to the 2026 LAB Award winner for Best Live On-Site Remote Super Bowl Radio Row coverage and Best Promotion for our No Shave November initiative. Here on 103.7 Lafayette and 104.1 Lake Charles, Southwest Louisiana's sports station.
Whether you're needing to get yourself a new or used handgun to help protect your family, or get yourself a new rifle or shotgun for hunting season, or maybe you're just running low on ammo, the place to go, of course, is our friends at Louisiana Gun Shop, located at 2927 Highway 90 East in Broussard. They're open Monday through Friday, 9:30 a.m. until 6 o'clock in the evening, and because they're a local business, they pride themselves on teaming up with a local finance company to help you with a layaway program. In addition to that, they're also offering classes. That's right. A concealed carry refresher class is being offered on May the 23rd. This is only for people who have to renew their license. And they're also going to be offering a full concealed carry class on June 27th. That's Louisiana Gun Shop, located at 2927 Highway 90 East in Broussard. Go see them today. We'll wrap up hour number one here with some NBA talk. Your boy SGA.
Whose boy?
That's your boy.
No.
That's your guy.
No.
You're going to be rooting for him if they advance and they win and they play in the NBA Finals.
Is it really rooting for him and maybe more not just rooting against the Knicks?
So this comes out, can we just talk about how soft this is, this whole thing that he's doing or that he's having his attorneys try to do? So Underdog Sports received a cease and desist letter regarding a promotion that makes fun of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's efforts to draw fouls. They're poking fun at the two-time league MVP and defending world champion because he has more free throws than he does field goals in this postseason. And some of them are some of the most egregious things you've ever seen on a basketball court. So Underdog Sports was making fun of him. He got his attorneys to send a cease and desist letter. Like, this is PR 101 here. You already have a rep as being the biggest flopper possibly of all time. People have already started turning against your team and you in the public realm. And your idea is, as the two-time league MVP, is to send a cease and desist letter?
Yeah, that's really going to get the people on your side.
Like, let's just go ahead and complete the villain arc here. Like, I just, don't be soft, dude. You're the one that's making the conscious decision to play the game the way that you're playing. It's a huge turnoff to a lot of old NBA people like myself. We hate to see it. We hate seeing it in the game. But Adam Silver, who came out yesterday and said the officiating's been impeccable. What a dweeb. He's not going to do anything about it. The league isn't going to do anything about it. You know what's going to happen here? Someone's going to get physical and inflict bodily harm on SGA and the Thunder. You know that's going to happen, right? Eventually, we're going to get to the point where people are going to be fed up, and it's not going to be some sort of role player. Hands are going to be thrown. Like, punches are going to be thrown because someone's going to get so frustrated. They're going to if you're going to call a foul for me breathing on him or not moving out of him, how he's flopping everywhere, and you're going to call a foul, guess what? I'm going to get my money's worth. I'm going to deck him. That's what's going to happen. But Adam Silver doesn't seem to care. He thinks flopping's perfectly okay and that the officiating's been impeccable. Really? Really? Okay. Let me know how that's going to work out. I'm going to tell you how that's going to work out. Someone's going to have enough, and elbows are going to be thrown, and fists are going to be thrown. It may not be against SGA, it may be against one of his teammates, but somebody's going to get hurt eventually.
I was going to say one of those guys, whether it's it's not going to be Chet, but probably like Hartenstein or Caruso or whoever's on the floor, they would step in so SGA doesn't have to take any shots. But yeah, no, I do wonder about that.
Like, I'm telling you, back in the, do you think like a Horace Grant or an Oakley or a McHale or Bill Laimbeer or Dennis Rodman or old Microwave, you think any of those guys would have put up with this nonsense? They're like, oh, you're going to flop? All right, we're gonna make you earn it. You're gonna wish you never flopped in your entire life. But where are all of my enforcers at in the modern NBA? They're not there because it's been pushed out of the game. Just gross. Just stop being soft, dude. Stop being soft. Hour 1 is in the books. Hour number 2 coming up.
We are the NFHS. That stands for the National Federation of State High School Associations. But really, what we stand for, together with the LHSAA, are the 110,000 high school sports students in Louisiana. And so we stand. We stand for the runners, soccer and basketball players. We stand for their coaches, administrators, and officials. We stand for the swimmers, football players, and wrestlers. We stand for the golfers, softball, and volleyball players. We stand as the national leader and advocate for high school athletics and all who participate in them and make them possible. Because it is our purpose to ensure that high school students get to play, perform, and compete together. To learn more about who we are and what we stand for, visit nfhs.org.
Looking for a great midweek treat? Come to Mezcal Mexican Restaurant every Wednesday and Thursday and enjoy their sizzling fajita special. $13.99 plus tax all day long. Don't forget all day 2-for-1 margaritas. Are you planning a large party? Let Mezcal handle it. Call 337-484-3298 and Mezcal will take care of everything. That's a fajita special, $13.99 plus tax all day Wednesday and Thursday at Mezcal Mexican Restaurant, 3546 Ambassador Caffrey, next to Rooms to Go. Come taste the flavor of Mezcal.
Ready to transform your backyard into the summer paradise you've always dreamed of? With Duplessis Builders custom gunite pool packages, we make it simple to own a stunning, long-lasting, in-ground pool built just for you. Choose from classic designs, all customizable to fit your space, style, and budget. Our pools come with quality finishes, energy-efficient equipment, beautiful lighting, and professional installation from excavation to decking so you can dive in before the next heat wave hits. Don't just dream it, build it. Visit DuplessisBuilders.net.
Live from Upper Lafayette, this is ESPN 1037 KLWB Carencro Lafayette, KLCJ-FM Oak Grove Lake Charles 1041, a Delta Media station.
This game isn't fun. This game is a war.
It's time for the 2-minute drill.
Hurry it up, hurry it up, hurry it up!
Powered by B1 Bank. Visit b1bank.com to find a location near you.
Come on, let's go, you guys. Get in here, we gotta go fast now.
The Houston Astros took a 4-3 win over the Texas Rangers last night in Dallas. Yordan Alvarez had his second straight 2-home-run game to help put the Astros over the top. Game 4 of the series will be tonight, and it'll be Spencer Arrighetti versus Nathan Eovaldi. First pitch is at 7:05 p.m., and you can listen to it right here on ESPN 1037 Lafayette and 1041 Lake Charles. The Women's College World Series gets underway today in Oklahoma City with a full slate of games. In Game 1 at 11 a.m., Mississippi State will face last year's runner-up Texas Tech. At 1:30 p.m., Tennessee will take on the defending champion Texas Longhorns. Then at 6 p.m., UCLA will go up against Alabama. And lastly, in the nightcap, Arkansas will face Nebraska to close out Day 1. Tonight, the Oklahoma City Thunder will try to punch their ticket for a second straight trip to the NBA Finals, while the San Antonio Spurs fight to keep their season alive. The Spurs are favored by 3.5 over the Thunder, and tip-off is at 7:30 tonight in the Frost Bank Center. LSU East baseball season has come to an end after yesterday's 16-6 loss to Blinn College in the Junior College World Series. The Bengals finished in 5th place in the 10-team field and end their year with a 47-13 record overall and went 31-7 at home this season on the Cajun Prairie. For the PGA, the Charles Schwab Challenge gets underway from Colonial Country Club in Fort Worth, Texas today. Tee time started at 8 a.m. this morning, and Ludwig Aberg is the betting favorite at plus 850. I'm Blake Purser, and you're listening to ESPN 1037 Lafayette and 1041 Lake Charles, your home for the LSU Tigers and the Houston Astros.
The 2-minute drill has been powered by B1 Bank. Visit b1bank.com to find a location near you. Dynamic duos are nothing new to Louisiana sports fans. Breeze and Colston, Burrow and Chase. And here in Acadiana, we have our very own dynamic duo.
You're beautiful.
It's the big, bald, bearded, and beautiful one, Raymond Parch III.
I'm sexy and I know it.
And the man with the best head of hair in sports talk radio in Louisiana and Mississippi, James Meche. Here is RP3 and Meche on ESPN 1037 Lafayette and 1041 Lake Charles, Southwest Louisiana's sports station.
Hour number 2 of RP3 and Meche has arrived here on ESPN 1037 Lafayette, 1041 Lake Charles, Southwest Louisiana sports station. Appreciate everyone catching us on YouTube as well. Simply search ESPN Southwest Louisiana, and you can catch our stream on YouTube as well. Hour 1 was a good one. We looked ahead to NCAA regional play. We talked about the Louisiana Raging Cajuns with Shannon Belt of the Daily Advertiser. We also talked about the Houston Astros picking up yet another win. Are they starting to turn a corner? We will have to wait and find out about that. And then we talked about SGA having his attorney send a cease and desist order on someone making fun of him, because this is what this generation does. Coming up this hour, half an hour from right now, Les East from CrescentCitySports.com will join us. Latest involving the New Orleans Saints. Alvin Kamara is out there playing Savannah Banana Ball. Is he going to be playing for the black and gold this year? What about Cam Jordan? Still quiet on that front as well. We'll talk Saints, and we'll talk his thoughts about the introductory press conference for Mosley, the new man in charge of the New Orleans Pelicans. That'll be coming up half an hour from right now. But we're going to kick off hour number 2 talking all things LSU with the reporter columnist from Shreveport Bossier Journal. He's also Louisiana Sports Hall of Famer, and a man whose IMDb page grows by the day, soon to be cruise ship captain as well. Ron Higgins, the Mad Dog, joins us now. Good day, sir.
Good day. Alvin Kamara with the Bananas. I mean, what do they get in return? I mean, I was, in Memphis when Bo Jackson came to the Chicks. I think Bananas should send the Saints somebody. That's only fair. It's only fair.
Hey, they could send the guy on stilts. See what happens there.
That's it.
There we go.
Exactly.
There we go.
But
Get open.
But the Pelicans need him more than the Saints.
He can't. Fair point. Fair point. All right, Bud. The season is over for the LSU baseball team. An awful season, one of the worst that we've seen in a long time, in decades. Jay Johnson is an extremely smart coach. The resume tells you that. The skins on the wall, including 2 national championships in 3 years, tells you that. This man knows how to coach. He knows how to develop. What went wrong this season for the LSU Tigers?
4 bad portal buys at positions that they were going to start, and they never panned out, and they had to go to freshmen later in the year. The freshmen were actually good. Pitching was bad all year. Starters, relievers, too inconsistent. I mean, one game he might be fantastic. I mean, like, in the SEC tournament, the announcers were just, raving about Devin Sharon. About 2 games before, he was awful. Couldn't get anybody out. The pitching was bad all year. That hurt him all year. Fielding eventually got somewhat better. They had enough offense down the stretch to win games, but pitching couldn't do it. So I'd say the bad portal bias was at the heart of everything. And then the pitching never really got going. Nobody. And the Cooper Moore got hurt, and he's out, and he's coming back. But, he could have probably been a bit of difference for him. And also, I think, some health down the stretch. If Jake Brown been healthy down the stretch, that certainly would have helped. But again, it all came back to pitching. They couldn't. They'd either get behind the bad starting pitching, or they get an early lead and the relief pitching would let them down. And so, to me, it was mostly pitching and the really bad portal buys.
Do you think they went and chased power bats a little too much, and that's kind of maybe an under-the-radar thing about their approach to the portals, that they went and looked at guys that hit a bunch of home runs thinking, okay, that's what we desperately need, when in fact those guys that they went and got weren't their best home run hitters?
Right. I think they thought they had to replace the power guys from their team last year, and they looked in the portal and saw these guys with big numbers like Zach York. And to me, this guy, this is what we need. And he was awful all year. I mean, played 35, started 40, played in 41 games, struck out 35 times. Hit 226. I'm looking at their portal guys they got. York 226, Frank Caraway 243, Braden Simpson 265, Dardar 260. None of them were really any good, and not what he struck gold last year with his portal buys, and he was, of course, you go back to the Steens and that group, that was great. But to me, it just he struck out in the portal. I think he knew it. He admitted that, and you can book it as soon as that the last game ended. He was back in Baton Rouge and meeting again with his coaches and saying this stuff's never going to happen again, and this is what we're going to do about it. So I have faith they'll be back. I mean, I just think he's the guy wins championships in 4 years. It's not by mistake, but all these teams do bottom out sooner or later. Ole Miss and Mississippi State lost more than 20 games after their national championship years, and it was LSU's turn. I mean, the roster was not as good as they thought it was.
That's true. I want to look ahead here a little bit because I agree with you. The freshmen really started to shine late in the season, which it shows great promise for what's to come. We find out, though, that Curiel actually broke a bone in the fall, like around November or whatever, so he wasn't even 100% this year. I know he's projected to be a first-round pick, and the signing bonus money is going to be maybe too much to pass up. But is there a possibility in your mind of Derek Curiel and Monster, Stephen Milam, both deciding to come back for another year and not leaving with a bad taste in their mouths with this season?
I don't know, man. When you've already won a national championship, you've won one.
Yeah.
And, it's like, well, I can do without another one if I'm make all this money right now, and I don't want to get hurt again. Curiel ended up leading the team in hitting.
Insane.
Broken.
Insane.
Yeah, I mean, unbelievable. I don't think either one comes back. I just don't. I know, they're both great players. Milam was just outstanding with four errors all year at shortstop. I mean, it's just stupid. And Curiel played center field, great. I mean, I can't see them coming back. The heart of your team is going to be, Ambidi and Mason Braun, Omar Cerna, William Patrick, Ruckert. That's your team. Pierce will be back, but I'm not thrilled about that. But he'll be back probably. That's your heart of your team. But man, I think they'll get the position players to do well. I just worried about their pitching because nobody on this team really was consistent. I mean, Schmidt was 5-4 as a starter. Rizzi, who just went to portal. Sharon was hot and cold. Casey Evans was hot and cold. I mean, everybody was hot and cold. That was a problem, and so that's something they got to fix, and they got to figure out who they're going to judge from the staff and who they're going to keep.
Does that mean for you that the priority for Jay and his staff, once the portal opens, is getting not one but two frontline pitchers?
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, because you can't trust who they have. I mean, people keep saying, they're hoping that William Schmidt will turn out like Anderson. They're hoping like he'll be good as Anderson. That'd be hard to top. And again, Casey Evans was just so up and down. But there would be games where he could be like 5 good innings, and somebody would get on base and they'd hit a ball to be a double play, somebody boot it, and then all of a sudden, he's in trouble. Stuff like that happened. Some of the pitchers had bad luck because their fielding was so awful at times. But other times, they got themselves in trouble. I mean, too many walks, I think a school record for wild pitches was 90. Walks 289 or 289, and that's probably close to a school record. The highest ERA since 84 when they started tracking it year by year. To me, all came down to pitching. They couldn't rely on their pitching to have good starts, and when they had good starts, they couldn't have their pitching had not get great relief. The only time they really won games was when everything held together. All the pitching held together.
We're talking with the Mad Dog himself, Ron Higgins of the Shreveport-Bossier Journal, talking LSU Tigers. I'm going to be honest, Ron. This continuation of this offseason for LSU football just continues to be more and more entertaining. Just when I thought maybe the bridge was burned in a sense with Coach O, they decided to bring him back, and I mean, it's in the perfect role for him. Nowhere close to being any one of the head coaches, but putting him in the recruiting cycle and being the guy that travels where Lane can focus on the team himself, I think that's perfect for what they need to do to be able to get back to what LSU wanted to be, especially when they had dominant defensive lines.
That's what I do good, baby. Keep the home fires burning. That's what I do. I can handle it, and defensive line, that's my strong point. I like to get down there in the trenches because Coach O still likes to hit something. So it was good for me. I thought it was a great move, honestly, great move. Lane put him in the perfect position. And both of us is really his strong points. But he's able to go out and road recruit. They've been able to do that, which is really good because, in your living room is like a larger-than-life figure. Plus, he eat all the mama's gumbo, which he always loves. That'll be impressive. That was a good move. I can give Lane credit. He added somebody that will add a benefit, and people go, "Well, why? I mean, why would a guy want to come back?" Look, man, you can only stay on the beach so long and visit football camps like Miami and Tulane for so long, and then but you ultimately you want to figure out how you're going to coach again. I don't think he wants to be a head coach. I think Ed knows that he hit the lottery with his contract as a head coach. He got his national title, which a lot of great coaches never get. The great coaches, and Ed's not a great head coach. And so this was perfect for him. He came back to some place where he's familiar. He works for him, and he put him in his strong point, which is recruiting and defensive line, helping the defensive line. Every time we went to an LSU practice when he was head coach, you usually saw Ed most of the time spend a lot of time on the defensive line because that's what he loved the most. That's what he grew up doing. So I think it's a good move by Lane. Yeah, good move.
Emil Picarella III ends up deciding to leave LSU as he was a redshirt freshman for them. How big of a deal is this for the quarterback room, seeing him leave?
They probably won't even know if he's even gone.
Okay, fair enough.
They go, is there an empty chair over there? Was somebody sitting there? No, I mean, that won't bother me them bit. They got three solid quarterbacks right now, and I commend the kid for trying, but it could probably resolve his dream. But a lot of times you realize your dream's not going to work, and then you go somewhere else, and it turns out that's the place for you. A lot of these kids are that way. All these kids got to realize, they always want to play a major Division I program, and then all of a sudden they realize it's going to be a long time, if I get a shot here. And I would like to go somewhere where I can get some reps and develop. And I don't care if it's mid-major, even 1AA. And I think the sooner kids realize that, the better. A lot of times it's the parents you got to convince. Because parents just look up on kids playing major D1. That's the stars in their eyes. They don't realize that for their kids, it might be better like a mid-major D1 or a D, a 1AA, 1AA, And when that happens, everybody's happy. So I commend the young man. He showed up, tried out, and he'll get another level and probably do really well.
Before we let you go, Ron, I do want to look at LSU from an overall broad perspective. when you look at the expectations for each one of the sports going into this calendar year compared to how everything played out, what kind of grade would you give this 2025-26 athletic year for the LSU Tigers?
Probably a B-.
Okay, that's not bad.
Football was expected to be a lot better, and it wasn't. They fired their coach. Baseball had a terrible year. They were picked as far as your number 2. Basketball did about what I thought they would do. I thought maybe they, with one shot falling in, they would have gotten to a regional final. Gymnastics was second in the nation. You can't beat that. I think the other programs did pretty well. The golf teams did pretty well. Every year you can't win a national championship in something. LSU got on the roll there where they won gymnastics. They won baseball twice. They won women's basketball. They haven't won very many titles in the rest of the sports, the spring sports. They really haven't. But overall, it's just one of those years where, your 2 marquee sports, the ones that the fans are into the most, didn't do well. And so it kind of cast a shadow on the whole program. The whole program was bad, but it wasn't. Men's basketball was about as bad as I thought it was going to be. Yeah. And, they rectified that. They got Will, they gave him some nice portal money and a passport, and he went to work. But overall, a B-. I don't think it was a disaster. Not the one it's made out to be. You go on the internet, it's like, LSU's awful. No, they're 2 sports they're supposed to be good in. They weren't good in this year. It happens. But everything else kind of held the line, I thought.
You can't convince fans. It's either you're at the top of the top or you are at the complete bottom. We're never at the bottom with you, though, Ron, when we get you on. We appreciate you coming on, as always. Keep up the tremendous work you're doing over there, covering the LSU Tigers for the Shreveport-Bossier Journal, and we'll get you back on next week, all right?
All right, guys. Take care. We'll see you.
We're going to go ahead and take a timeout. When we come back, open phone lines. If you want to call into the ESPN hotline, you can absolutely do so. 337-706-0111 is the number to dial. We'll be back with more RP3 Meche right after this.
This is RP3 and Mesh live on ESPN 103.7 Lafayette and 104.1 Lake Charles, Southwest Louisiana's sports station.
May is Military Appreciation Month, and ESPN 103.7 Lafayette and 104.1 Lake Charles and Nolan's Lawnmower Sales and Service off I-49 in Karen Crow are honoring our military all month long. Nolan's Lawnmower Sales and Service owners Stacy and Dawn Benewall would like to take this opportunity to recognize all of our current service members, veterans, and families. Nolan's takes pride in honoring all military personnel and first responders by offering special discounts on its zero-turn mowers. May is Military Appreciation Month, and we salute you. Powered by Nolan's Lawnmower Sales and Service and ESPN 103.7 Lafayette and 104.1 Lake Charles, Southwest Louisiana Sports Station.
Hello, everyone. This is Jeff Palermo. Join us on Tuesday nights for Tiger Rag Radio. Myself, Todd Horn, and Glenn Gilbo give you the latest happenings in Tiger Town and across the SEC. We talk to coaches, analysts, and those in the know when it comes to the Tigers and the Southeastern Conference. We cover all the sports: football, baseball, basketball, softball, and gymnastics. That's Tuesday nights right here on ESPN 103.7 in Lafayette and 104.1 in Lake Charles, Southwest Louisiana's sports station.
Need peace of mind with your estate planning? Turn to Beal & Hebert, your trusted hometown lawyers. At Beal & Hebert, we make estate planning simple and stress-free, ensuring your legacy is secure and your future is in the right hands. Don't wait. Schedule your consultation today at BealHebert.com. That's BealHebert.com. Safeguarding your tomorrow today.
Every weeknight, MeTV has your laugh therapy.
To chase away the blues or the olive drabs.
With 2 hours of MASH at 5.
This guy's ankle has tickled my funny bone.
Followed by the Andy Griffith Show at 7.
Doggone it, Otis. You're supposed to be hugging me when I'm arresting you.
But he likes you, Barney.
Weeknights on MeTV.
Watch MeTV Acadiana on KLWB, over the air on Channel 50.1. Check your local cable listings for the channel in your area.
Hi, I'm Nancy Landry.
No matter what part of our great state you call home, Louisiana's elections are an important part of who we are. In 2026, closed party primaries will change how some of those elections happen, so you'll want to know what to do. Keeping your registration current ensures you'll get the right party-based ballot. Remember, this change only applies to certain offices.
To learn more, visit govote.com or download the GoVote app.
Paid for by the Louisiana Secretary of State's office.
If you're trying to quit drinking or doing too many drugs, listen to me. You don't know me and we'll never meet. I had a problem like you once. I drank and used to party a little too much till it got out of control and almost ruined my life. I realized I needed help to fix my problem before it totally destroyed me. If you've tried to fix your drinking and drug problem and you know you can't do it alone, you need to call the National Treatment Advisors. They'll immerse you into a 30-day program to replace your old habits with new habits and totally change your life. And if you have PPO private health insurance, the entire program may be covered. Fix your problem right now before it gets any worse. Get clean. Call now and learn more. 800-961-2730. 800-961-2730. That's 800-961-2730.
One enjoys eating hot dogs and watching baseball. The other loves eating sushi and playing yogurt U-card games. Not sure exactly what that is, but good for him, I guess. Anyway, back to more RP3 and Meche.
Take a moment to give credit to the LSUE Bengals. Didn't win a national championship, but they did go out to Grand Junction, Colorado, and they did pick up a win, and they were eliminated by Blinn College yesterday. I want to give credit where credit is due, though, because I think we take the success that Jeff Willis has had for 2 decades for granted. Like, we just always assume that Willis is going to have his team in the JUCO World Series and that they're going to be playing for national championships. It's not that easy. It's just like
even if it is a lower level at the JUCO level, like no matter what level you coach or play your sport at, if you're getting to the championship game or the championship series or whatever it's called, the World Series, getting to that game or series is still a huge accomplishment. Even making a deep run into those playoffs is a huge accomplishment. So even though they fell short, it's like, no, it wasn't a failure of a season. No matter what the quote-unquote expectation was with how much success they've had over there at Eunice.
Every season's different for them. They have even more turnover than others because it's a 2-year school. So by the time you got your guys really bought into how you do things, the way you do it, what the expectations are, they're leaving. And you're having new guys come in. And especially in this new era of the transfer portal as well, where guys are getting poached, you know, it's a trickle-down effect. So, look, credit them. Having a great season, winning as many games as they did, and making it to the JUCO World Series. Even though they didn't win the national championship, it's still an immensely successful season for the team that plays over there on the Cajun Prairie. While we have a few minutes here, can we take some time to get to the comments on our poll question of the day, sir?
Absolutely. We've gotten a few more. Kai said that the regional host that is most on upset alert, he believes is Mississippi State, like we've seen the results kind of show there so far. We also just had Ton say, wait for it, yes.
There we go.
That's an efficient answer right there, and that also tells me a lot.
Can we get to JPK the OD's comment? Can we do that real quick?
I was waiting for that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You want me to read it?
No, I got it.
Oh, you got it? Okay. I'll let you
take
go.
it.
Yeah, take the reins.
We love JPK the OD, right? Friend of the show.
Yeah.
Friend of the station. Is this a trick question? If you're a UL fan, then it has to be the Mississippi State region. But does it? If you're a true Cajuns fan, then it's not an upset if they win. I'm so confused.
just because you're a fan of the Cajuns
absolutely
doesn't
amazing.
mean that it wouldn't be an upset. You're the 3 seed in the regional. You're not the host.
It would still be considered an upset, yes, because you're not the host. But
and you're not the favored.
But I just love how JPK looks at things and is like, it's so easy. We are blessed because we have diehard listeners that are emotionally invested in what we do, and they comment and they take the time out of their day to leave comments, and a lot of them get very creative. We have very few guys that are just straightforward answer guys with their comments, right? They come up with cleverness. They come up with clever gifts, whether it's JPK the OD or Boxcar.
Clever wordplay sometimes with Ralph.
Ton, Salty Steve. It really doesn't matter. Boxcar, of course. I'll say Kansas with our Kansas. Got to throw some shade to Arkansas. Our Kansas advancing out of that one. I wanted to say Nebraska, but that's low-hanging fruit for John Paul Cajun Daddy. Of course, we mentioned that earlier. Salty Steve, they are all on notice. Only 6 top seeds of the 16 will advance on average. That's a nice little data point there to remind everybody about. We just go, the regional host is going to move on. Only 6 top seeds of the 16 will advance on average. That means 10 brackets will advance upset bracket winners. Who cares? Play ball. Keep those comments coming. Keep leaving them on Facebook and on X for our poll question of the day. Which regional host is on upset alert? Is it Mississippi State? Is it Nebraska? Is it Kansas? Or is it other? We got to take a timeout. When we come back, we'll talk Saints, we'll talk Pels, and we'll do so with Les East of CrystalCitySports.com. That's next.
This is RP3 and Meche live on ESPN 103.7 Lafayette and 104.1 Lake Charles, Southwest Louisiana's sports station.
This game isn't fun. This game is a war.
It's time for the 2-minute drill.
Hurry it up, hurry it up, hurry it up.
Powered by B1 Bank. Visit B1Bank.com to find a location near you.
Come on, let's go, you guys. Get in here, we got to go fast now.
The Houston Astros took a 4-3 win over the Texas Rangers last night in Dallas. Yordan Alvarez had his second straight 2-home-run game to help put the Astros over the top. Game 4 of the series will be tonight, and it'll be Spencer Arrighetti versus Nathan Eovaldi. First pitch is at 7:05 p.m., and you can listen to it right here on ESPN 103.7 Lafayette and 104.1 Lake Charles. The Women's College World Series gets underway today in Oklahoma City with a full slate of games. In Game 1 at 11 a.m., Mississippi State will face last year's runner-up Texas Tech. At 1:30 p.m., Tennessee will take on the defending champion Texas Longhorns. Then at 6 p.m., UCLA will go up against Alabama. And lastly, in the nightcap, Arkansas will face Nebraska to close out Day 1. Tonight, the Oklahoma City Thunder will try to punch their ticket for a second straight trip to the NBA Finals, while the San Antonio Spurs fight to keep their season alive. The Spurs are favored by 3.5 over the Thunder, and tip-off is at 7:30 tonight in the Frost Bank Center. LSU East baseball season has come to an end after yesterday's 16-6 loss to Blinn College in the Junior College World Series. The Bengals finished in 5th place in the 10-team field and end their year with a 47-13 record overall and went 31-7 at home this season on the Cajun Prairie. For the PGA, the Charles Schwab Challenge gets underway from Colonial Country Club in Fort Worth, Texas today. Tee time started at 8 a.m. this morning, and Ludwig Aberg is the betting favorite at plus 850. I'm Blake Purser, and you're listening to ESPN 103.7 Lafayette and 104.1 Lake Charles. Your home for the LSU Tigers and the Houston Astros.
The 2-minute drill has been powered by B1 Bank. Visit B1Bank.com to find a location near you. ESPN 103.7 Lafayette and 104.1 Lake Charles is the proud winner of 4 2026 LAB Prestige Awards, including Best Use of Digital Media, Foot's Friday Fury, Best Live On-Site Remote for our Super Bowl Radio Row coverage, Best Promotion for our No Shave November initiative, and Radio Young Professional of the Year for Dawson Iserloh. We're proud of being Southwest Louisiana's sports station and are humbled to be recognized by the Louisiana Association of Broadcasters.
Did you know you can get great tasting Clear Springs artesian water delivered to your office or your doorstep at home? Clear Springs is 100% local with their own bottling facility at the world-famous Kentwood Aquifer, no chemicals added. just pure Kentwood, Louisiana artesian water. Clear Springs Water offers delivery of 5 or 3 gallon water service with a hot and cold temperature water cooler, or even single serve bottles delivered to your home or office. Easy to reach, clearsprings.net, then contact us tab, or 337-519-3563.
MeTV is America's #1 classic entertainment television network. And here's one of the reasons everybody loves MeTV.
Oh, it's a classic.
The great comedy lineup on weeknights.
This will be fun. Come on.
With Meche.
Loaded with snappy comebacks.
The Andy Griffith Show.
I was just funning with Barney.
And Everybody Loves Raymond.
Now we got a show.
Watch MeTV Acadiana on KLWB, over the air on Channel 50.1. Check your local cable listings for the channel in your area.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard has led to a lot of firsts for me. It paid for me to be the first person in my family to go to school. That education got me to the first day at my dream job, which I can still hold while I serve part-time. That job and the home loan benefits I got from the Army National Guard helped me buy my first house. I also know that I will be one of the first to respond if my community ever needs me.
Sponsored by the Louisiana Army National Guard. Aired by the Louisiana Association of Broadcasters and this station.
What is dementia? Is it the same as Alzheimer's? What is vascular dementia, Lewy body, FTD, TBI, and CTE? If someone has memory loss, does that mean they have dementia? Millions of Americans ask these questions every day. I did too, and I learned. My wife Ginny developed dementia. I didn't know what to do or what was coming next. I'm Kevin Jameson, volunteer and president of the Dementia Society of America. I'm excited to offer you a free guide to understanding dementia. It's filled with facts about dementia, care planning, how doctors can help, and ways to keep your brain as healthy as possible. The Dementia Society of America is a national nonprofit, and we're ready to answer your questions. You want to live life to the fullest. I know that. Ginny did too, and I'm confident that we can help. Get your copy of the guide. Go to 1-800-DEMENTIA.org or call 1-800-DEMENTIA. Thank you.
Bring that case in!
Who dat ready for New Orleans Saints talk? We are. That's who. Time to talk all things black and gold. This is the Big Easy Blitz here on RP3 and Meche.
And we do so with our friend, the award-winning reporter, columnist from CrescentCitySports.com. Les East joins us on this Thursday. Les, good day to you, my friend. How are you?
I'm doing well, Raymond. I'm out here at Saints Camp. This is our first opportunity to watch OTAs, and I had to step outside because it's verboten to be on the phone while watching practice. So I'm outside the practice facility, and the Saints are out there running around doing sort of like football stuff.
Yes, it's sort of like football stuff time of year, and it will be for a couple of months. I want to start off with Alvin Kamara because we know that he's going to be missing some time. We see him hanging out with the Savannah Bananas there in Knoxville. Kellen Moore talked to you guys earlier today and said there's no timeline on a decision for Kamara and next season with the Saints. This whole situation feels very, very weird. And we're not getting a lot of clear answers from either side. There feels to be a level of apathy involved here for one of the franchise's best players who it appears still has something left in the tank. It's not like we're talking about a running back who's 36 years old. Just give me your thoughts as a veteran reporter about this whole situation.
Yeah, it is kind of strange. Kellen did say a little while ago that you can't put a timeline on something like this. But, at the golf tournament last week, Mickey Loomis indicated that they hope to have it resolved in a week or two because they wanted to have clarity before they get too deep into the off-season program. So we may have a better understanding here in the next week or so. But it is kind of odd. I think we know where Alvin stands. I mean, Alvin wants to be back. He wants to compete for playing time. And I think that's the plan, but I don't think the Saints necessarily want him back for what will probably be a reduced role at the salary that he is under contract for this year. So that I think is where the disconnect is that the Saints are looking to renegotiate with him and figure out what kind of contract makes sense for the organization. And Alvin's looking at it as though, knowing that he has a contract to be paid, I believe, $10 million this year, and he's not, I'm sure, eager to take a pay cut, though he's probably open to negotiation. So I think that's where we're at. 3 or 4 weeks ago, I think I would have said that Alvin would definitely be coming to training camp to compete. As things have gotten a little weirder here over the last 2 or 3 weeks, I'm less sure of that. But I do think we'll have a better idea here before OTAs are over. And by the way, Alvin is not here, but it's voluntary. And traditionally, he has not been here. He has a really good personal trainer that he believes in, and he always works with him during the early part of the off-season program and then shows up for the mandatory mini camp. So I wouldn't read anything into Alvin's absence from OTAs.
You mentioned it there that you feel like the Saints would like him back, but at a lower price point. But Kamara, doesn't he have all the power here? Because the contract is not like it's the contract's already signed. The contract is what the contract is. So it feels kind of, I don't know, that also makes it a little bit more odd, so to speak, that, hey, this guy, we already have him under contract. We want to renegotiate with him. And Mickey's usually really good about doing that. But that wasn't done at the end of last season. That wasn't done at the beginning of the offseason. And here we are. And it feels like they want him to come back but at a lower rate. And Alvin doesn't necessarily have to do that.
Yeah, you're right. He doesn't. And in that regard, he does have leverage. It's a little bit surprising that if the Saints are pushing a renegotiation, that it would not be farther along as we're about to hit June 1st on Monday. So that part is a little bit odd. They keep talking about roster resource management and evaluating the roster. So I don't know if maybe they still haven't figured out exactly how prominent a role they think he will have. It looks like Travis Etienne is going to be the number one back. Certainly Alvin would be in the mix if he were to come back, but they also have some young running backs, and then they have the running back they signed from the Vikings. So there's a log jam at the position, and I think they may be trying to work through how healthy Devin Neal is, how healthy Kendre Miller is, and what the group looks like, and get a better feel for just how big of an impact they think Alvin can have this season. And that will be the launching point for more serious negotiations. But Mickey did make it sound like they want to get this done early in the OTA process.
How long before we have a resolution about Cameron Jordan?
Well, I think that's probably up to the market. He has an offer standing from the Saints. I don't think they're going to budge on it, primarily because he's not really gotten much of an offer from the open market, if anything. So he thinks he's worth more than they've offered, and he's not eager to budge on that. The Saints are unlikely to budge on it, and this is a case where probably the Saints have the upper hand in negotiations. So I think either Cam gets an offer somewhere else that convinces him financially he's better off going somewhere else, or he has to say, I'm not going to get anything better than what the Saints have offered. I'll go ahead and take it, or retire. So I think it all comes down to what the market offers and Cam's reaction to that. And I think that could go into training camp in July. If nothing changes on the open market, I think the door will be open from the Saints' point of view and Cam's got to decide whether he's ready to accept the offer or if he wants to keep waiting to see if something else happens out there.
We're talking about Les east of Crescent City Sports. We'll move over to New Orleans Pelicans talk now, Les. And Jamal Mosley officially got named the head coach for the Pels, and they had the introductory press conference the other day. What were some of the big takeaways from what Coach Mosley said at that presser?
Well, he was a very impressive guy, first of all. I mean, he's obviously very intelligent, very articulate. He's very comfortable in who he is, and yet he also seems to be big on self-reflection. And, after they let that series against Detroit get away from them, he needed a little time to decide whether he wanted to come back into coaching immediately or take some time off. Orlando owed him 2 years' worth of salary, so financially he could have just sat back, cashed the checks, and at 47 years old waited to see what might evolve in a year or two. But ultimately, he and Joe Dumars, I think, were totally on the same wavelength about how you build a winning team with defense first and with physicality and toughness. And the more he talked to Joe and met Mrs. Benson, it became clear to him that this was a great opportunity for him to get back in there and try and grow from the experience in Orlando. Joe Dumars said a couple of things that I thought were interesting. The first one was when he started the interview with Mosley, he said the first thing he asked him was, what the hell happened? Meaning Game 6 when they blew the 24-point lead against Detroit. And then he walked through each step of the way, asking him, how many timeouts did you call while the lead was slipping away? What was the player's demeanor? What was your demeanor? And was blunt in those questions, and he was satisfied with the answers that Mosley gave, even though he wasn't able to ultimately prevent them from blowing the big lead. So I thought that spoke well of the honesty they had with each other. And the other thing is that, Dumars says it's common around the NBA, if you're an assistant coach, which Mosley was for a long time before going to Orlando, you're told that if you're in the gym in the summer and you hear a basketball bouncing on the court, get out there, because that means a player is working and you need to take advantage of that opportunity to work hands-on with that player. And Mosley has continued to do that as a head coach, which most people put behind them once they graduate from being an assistant. So that shows he's a real hands-on guy and is committed to making sure his players evolve in the way that he envisions them reaching their maximum potential. So, I think it was a very impressive performance by him. We'll see what happens down the road, but I think it went about as well as the Pelicans could have hoped.
Where do you think this team is defensively and work hard mindset wise, like Coach Mosley wants? Where do you think they are compared to where they need to be for them to be successful?
Well, that's a good question, and I think there's a lot of uncertainty there. I mean, he has a very clear vision of what he wants his team to be and his individual players to be in terms of defense and toughness and hard work and all of that. But this team on paper is not that type of team. So he's got to figure out as quickly as he can during the off season, how can he mold the guys who are here into what he wants? And I don't think that'll be a problem with somebody like Herb Jones or with Micah Peavy, who are defense-first guys who have proven they play the way he wants to play. But there are other players. You got the young players in Queen and Fears and even Zion Williamson and Trey Murphy, and a lot of their core have not that's not their calling card, being tough-nosed on defense. It's not something the team has done well. So he's got to figure out pretty quickly, can I mold these guys into what I want them to be, or do Joe and I talk about how we can try and make some significant roster changes to get the type of people we need for next season.
We talked before about how much Joe Dumars is invested into Zion Williamson and how he wants to actually even give him an extension, which is still crazy to me, but that just shows how much investment and how much he wants to make sure that he is still the face of the franchise. With that being the case, how much of the hiring process and decision by Joe Dumars was having Zion Williamson be factored into what Jamal Mosley was going to do with him and the role that he was going to have?
Yeah, I don't know that Zion was really that big a part of the conversations. Obviously, it was something they talked about, what Jamal thinks of him from coaching against him for 5 years and how he sees him fitting into his program. But at the same time, Dumars was focused, I believe, on the type of program that Mosley was going to build, and then they'll figure out the personnel aspect of that going forward. And I don't think it was, we have to decide for sure that Zion's going to be here long term, or we have to decide today exactly what his role is going to be. I think it's, let's get the right coach. Let's get him working with Zion to see how he can make him fit with his philosophy. And we can always make a move if we feel that that's not in our best interest to keep Zion long time. So I think Dumars made it clear that, he'll listen to anybody. And so even though he's committed to Zion, that can change, and I think that can change with every player on the roster.
Les, we appreciate you coming on. Keep up the tremendous work you're doing over there covering the Saints and the Pelicans, and we'll get you back on soon, all right?
Okay, thanks, guys.
We're going to go ahead and take a timeout. When we come back, we'll wrap up this edition of RP3 Meche. Get you ready for the Lowdown with D-Lo. That's coming up next. You're listening to ESPN, Southwest Louisiana Sports Station.
This is RP3 and Meche live on ESPN 103.7 Lafayette and 104.1 Lake Charles, Southwest Louisiana's sports station.
May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and ESPN 103.7 Lafayette and 104.1 Lake Charles have teamed up with John Well Therapeutic Services to bring awareness to mental health. Glenda at John Well Therapeutic Services is a licensed professional counselor providing individual therapy to adults. She has over 15 years of experience working with clients in a variety of settings. Whether you prefer in-person settings or convenience of telehealth, support is available across Louisiana. Book your appointment today by visiting Psychology Today and searching for Glenda Johnwell. Southwest Louisiana Sports Station and John Well Therapeutic Services are proud sponsors of Mental Health Awareness Month, because your mental health matters.
ESPN 103.7 Lafayette and 104.1 Lake Charles is your home for the Houston Astros.
And the Astros stun the Mariners.
Hunter Brown, Yordan Alvarez, and the rest of the Astros are looking to get back to the postseason. You can listen to every pitch, hit, and thrilling victory of the Houston Astros.
Incredible!
As Robert Ford and Steve Sparks will be on the call. Tune in this season for live Astros baseball on Southwest Louisiana's sports station.
May is Military Appreciation Month, and ESPN 103.7 Lafayette and 104.1 Lake Charles and Nolan's Lawnmower Sales and Service in Carencro will be honoring our military all month long. Nolan's is locally owned and supports our military community every day. We honor and salute because freedom isn't free. May is Military Appreciation Month, and we salute you. Powered by Nolan's Lawnmower Sales and Service in Carencro and ESPN 103.7 Lafayette and 104.1 Lake Charles.
Where do you go when you're looking for action? Where do you go when you're looking for fun? New friends you're gonna meet, more fun than Bourbon Street. The Big Easy, where winning is easy. Life's too short, so jump on in. Have all the fun you can. The Big Easy, where winning is easy.
Hand of the Day is the new way to win at the Big Easy Casino. Each Hand of the Day equals one entry into the Big Easy Bonus Cash Drawings. Bonus Cash Drawings take place on the last day of each month. It's never been so easy to win. Just watch as you play and notify your hostess when you get the Hand of the Day. The Big Easy, where the winning is easy. Gambling problem? Call toll-free 1-877-770-STOP.
Life's too short, so jump on in. Have all the fun you can. The Big Easy, where winning is easy. Big Easy Casino across from Montreal.
At Waterboys Water Well Services, we're more than just a quick fix. A handshake means more to us than a contract. From water treatment that protects your home and health to expert well drilling, pump installation, and maintenance, we've got your water covered. Cleaner, safer, better tasting water starts with trust and ends with Waterboys. Proudly serving Louisiana families with integrity and experience. Waterboys, high quality H2O products, 337-678-9955.
Looking for the perfect place to play golf in the heart of Louisiana? Look no further than Farm Alley Golf Club in Carencro. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just getting started, we've got a course for you. With lush fairways, challenging holes, and spectacular views, our 18-hole course offers a top-tier experience for golfers of all skill levels. Book your tee time at farmdalleygolfclub.com today, and don't forget, weekend rates include free range balls to help you warm up before you hit the course. Get out to Farm Alley Golf Club in Carencro, Louisiana. Your next golfing adventure is just a click away. Visit farmdalleygolfclub.com to book your tee time now. See you on the greens.
You're listening to ESPN 1037 Lafayette and 1041 Lake Charles, Southwest Louisiana's sports station. Your home for the Houston Astros.
Oh, let's take a moment to thank our three guests that joined us on this Thursday edition of RP3 and Meche. Shannon Belt with the Daily Advertiser giving us a preview of the Starkville Regional with the Louisiana Raging Cajuns. Ron Higgins from the Shreveport-Bossier Journal joining us, talking about all things LSU. And then Les East from CrescentCitySports.com talking Saints, talking Pels. If you haven't had a chance to already do so, we got another story to help get you set up for the Louisiana Raging Cajuns gearing up for the Starkville Regional. Our guy D'Lo broke it down. Tremendous story. You can go check it out at ESPNSouthwestLouisiana.com. That's ESPNSouthwestLouisiana.com. Great stuff there. Tomorrow, we'll be on the road. Footsie and RP3 road trip. We've done it many times. We'll be heading to Stark Vegas later on today. We'll be broadcasting Footnotes and RP3 and Meche from the hotel room there in Stark Vegas, as we'll be covering the Raging Cajuns in the Starkville Regional for the website as well this weekend and on social media. So we got a tremendous show lined up for you tomorrow. Footsie is going to hop on. We'll talk Cajuns. We'll also talk him being a maniac about the Astros. I'm looking forward to that.
Him? Being a maniac?
We'll have Footsie on. We'll have our buddy Ben Broussard for Catholic Charities of Acadiana. They're putting together a volunteer drive for this summer. Tremendous things that they do in the community. And then we'll be talking with Chris Gordy from the Locked On SEC podcast about all the SEC teams in the NCAA tournament and what chances do they have to punch their ticket to the Supers and beyond. So that's what we got on deck for you for tomorrow. James Meche, I'm leaving it in your capable hands. Are you prepared? Are you prepared to be the man in charge tomorrow?
Yeah.
Well, for our show, technically D'Lo's in charge.
I was going to say, you always put him in charge.
Always put D'Lo in charge. But you're going to be in charge of RP3 and Meche. Are you ready to handle that? Are you ready to do amazing things with me in Starkville and you here inside the Bill and A Beer Studios?
You've done it to me before.
I have. Yeah, more than a few.
Yeah. Yeah.
More.
You're like, how about you just do everything? It's like, all right.
Oh, you have to do everything tomorrow? Are you having to produce for Jordy tomorrow? No,
I mean everything for our show.
Yeah, there we go. I mean,
I thought it was a given, but that's fine.
I mean, that's what you get paid for. As John Hamm says from Mad Men, that's what the money's for. Are you gonna bust open the egg this weekend? You gonna do some grilling on the egg?
No, because I'm gonna be in Houston.
Oh, that's right. You got your little Yogurt U tournament this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Are you excited? Have you been training?
Yeah.
That's no.
What?
That's no.
Sorry, did you want every detail with 30 seconds to go in the show?
I'm going to dedicate time tomorrow to talk about you gearing up for your little trip to Houston. How about that? Is that fair? Can we do that?
Sure.
All right. So I want you to dazzle the people and let them know how you're going to be training for some last-second preparation for your Yogurt U tournament over in Houston. About how many people are going to be in this tournament?
I mean, it could vary. Normally, it's between 200 to 400.
Whoa! Hundreds.
Which is not like the.
Let's go.
Which isn't like the biggest, but
let's go. It's going to be a little tune-up.
It's an okay size.
There we go. A little tune-up tournament for our guy, James Meche. That's going to do it for us today. We'll be back on tomorrow, 11 to 1. But until then, be safe out there. Be kind to one another. The Lowdown with D-Lo is next.
It's May, and spring is finally here. A time of growth, renewal, and hope. And what better time to kick off Mental Health Awareness Month? Johnwell Therapeutic Services are proud to highlight May as National Mental Health Month. Remember, it's okay to ask for help. Reach out to a friend, family member, or professional if you need support. It's okay to take things one step at a time. You're not